All right, now a warm welcome to your favorite show, your number one show, Philip Mboya Show. And as usual, your host is Philip Mboya. Amazing story we bring to you today. I'm meeting this one gentleman. His name is Owiti. Owiti tells me that he joined Form 1 and went back to Form 1 to Form 2 12 years later. Now I want to do this again. He started Form 1 a given year and went back to Form 2 12 years later. This is a story we are just about to bring to you. What happened? How can one persevere? How can one be persistent? And what do you gain at the end of it? Yes, Mr. Owiti.
Yes, please.
Better introduction can only be done by you.
Okay.
Tell me, who is in the show?
My name is Samuel Otieno Owiti.
Sure.
I come from this village called Otok. Yes.
This is Homa Bay County, is it?
Homa Bay County.
I get to hear that you spent 12 years to attain your Form 4 certificate.
Yes.
A span of 12 years.
Yes.
Tell me, what happened?
There are challenges in families. Yeah, what made me to have such a long break was due to lack of school fees.
Take me through this journey. What happened?
Yes, so
When did you do your standard 8?
I did my class 8, 1990.
Right?
Then I joined Form 1, 91 and 92. When I joined Form 3, there was lack of school fees, so I stopped at that point.
You stopped school in 1993?
93, in Form 3.
In Form 3, right?
In Form 3.
Oh, not Form 1, in Form 3?
Form 3.
Right.
Then I stayed home for a period of 12 good years.
You stayed at home for 12 straight years?
Yes.
And then again, you went back to high school?
To a high school.
12 years later?
12 years later.
Tell me about the span of 12 years. What's happening in between?
What happened within that break was, because I was never imagining of going back to school,
Sure.
I concluded my mind that I should now start a family life.
All right.
I got married.
So when did you get married?
I got married in 1998.
Yes.
Then my first child.
You got married in 1998 and you stopped school in 1993.
93.
So this is 5 years later.
5 years later.
Right.
Yes. God blessed me with the first child in my house in the year 1999.
99, you had your firstborn.
My firstborn.
Sure. Baby boy, baby girl?
Baby boy.
Right.
Yes. Then I continued with life, though there were ups and downs, there were difficulties, but due to perseverance and dedication that I was having, I continued. In the year 2002, God blessed me with a second boy.
Your second born?
Born.
Right.
Who is a boy also.
All right.
In 2004, my third born.
This is a strong family.
Yes.
204?
That was a girl.
Good.
My first girl.
Yes.
In 2006, the fourth girl.
Good.
Yes. The fourth child who was also a girl.
All right.
Then I continued like that. When it reached 2005,
yes,
all of a sudden I received a call from my brother who was ahead of me.
Right.
Calling me that I should appear before him tomorrow very early in the morning.
The following day?
Yes.
Right.
There is some school of which he had a plan to take me to, and interviews are going to be taken there.
Had he floated this idea to you before?
No, please.
So he's telling you that you get prepared for an interview.
Tomorrow.
The following day,
yes,
you get back to school.
Yes.
12 years later.
Later.
You got 4 children.
4 children.
And a wife.
And a wife.
What is the feeling that is going through your mind?
Obviously, that is, it caused a lot of irritation in my brain.
Sure.
Yes, but there was nothing I could do because I was also longing to continue with my schooling.
All right.
What made it possible was that I was having the heart of completing my high school level.
You equally wanted to go back to school.
I wanted to go back.
But then how do you...
I never questioned anything. How am I going to leave my family back? Who is going to support them? I never questioned about that. I said God is there.
All right.
So with me, what I've been longing for, God has brought it. That I'm going back to school.
You go to school.
Yes. That was my great happiness. Inwardly, I was happy, but brain-wise, I was tortured.
Tortured, disturbed.
Disturbed a lot. I said, okay, tomorrow I'll try to come. He sent me fare.
So you're going for which interview? Do
It
you
was-
even know a thing about paperwork? It's 12 years.
Okay, what helped me a lot?
Yes.
I never feared of that one because I was going to face the written interview, not even oral. Written interview. I was confident enough because even if I was raising up my family, I used to visit books.
All right.
I had a library in the
you
house.
still had passion for it.
Yeah, of course.
All right.
So I had no fear with that.
All right.
So what I was questioning, which subjects am I going to take
Yes, yes.
in this interview?
Yes, yes.
I drew up my map. I said mathematics I know is a must.
Yeah.
Languages, I know I must take one.
Either Swahili or
Either
English.
Swahili or English.
Sure.
But English there was no problem. But Kiswahili, I was not very smart at Kiswahili.
That was hilly.
That was a hill. Sort of. But I said, whatever the case, I was taught Kiswahili. I knew the Ngeli, but Ngeli has changed.
Yes. Oh, this time it had changed.
It had changed.
It came to our what
Yes.
instead of the paku.
Yes.
But
But because of the passion that I was having,
all right.
before I knew that I was going to go back to school, where I used to discuss with my friends, there was also the current chief, our area chief,
Yes.
was also a bookman. I'm calling him a bookman very carefully because he liked books.
Who is this?
That is Mr. Cleon Abeka.
All right.
Yes.
He was my teacher too.
Yes. And mind
He taught me Swahili.
Mind you,
Yes.
we were with him in the same school before I dropped out.
Sure.
He was in Form 3, I was in Form 2.
All right.
So when I was joining Form 3, he was in Form 4. So we used to meet
All right.
and discuss.
All right.
So he gave me a certain format concerning the Ngeli, the current Ngeli.
Yes.
That was the Ngeli of today is concentrated or centered upon Vionyesi. That is sowing things
Yes.
when it is one and many.
Yes.
So from the word Vionyesi, I picked up some points there.
All right.
So I was trying to sing them over the night.
The Vionyesi.
Yes, Vionyesi. How can I call a tree if it is one? How can I call a tree if there are many? Then he told me the Ngeli, the current Ngeli, is also concerned with living and non-living. That is uhai,
vitu visivyo hai na vile vya hai.
Ndio. So I said, okay, but let me just face the interview.
Yes.
Then on the sciences side,
Yes.
the subject which I knew could not miss was chemistry. But I'm happy because chemistry was my favorite.
Oh, all right.
Yes. So the following day, I packed off and went.
Went for the interview.
Went for the interview. On reaching there,
Right.
my prediction, I realized my prediction.
It is sure.
Yes, mathematics was the first paper. And mathematics,
You faced it head on.
Yes, I was not, it was not very difficult for me because I was really enjoying mathematics right from primary.
All right.
Yes, and even in my house I used to do some mathematics problems. So the things were current. Only just a few areas that things had faded, but
So you tackled,
most of them I tackled it.
you tackled mathematics.
Mathematics.
And
Then what followed it was English. I also tackled that. We went for lunch.
Right.
On my coming back, I was given chemistry.
Chemistry, right?
Chemistry was concentrated upon atomic structure and the periodic table, of which I was taught seriously.
Yes.
And I also went back and analyzed very many things. Even up to now, they are still flowing.
Periodic table.
Very flowing. So I was very happy. And then it is at that time when I came to realize that schooling is very important. And even if somebody has finished schooling, you should be part and parcel with books.
You should never stop reading.
Never stop reading. To make things be current, to make yourself to be updated, you need to be, I want to say, the books you should be a companion with books.
There should be a bookworm.
Bookworm.
Don't stop reading, don't stop digging.
Exactly. It is very, very important.
All right.
Yeah. So, after facing the interview, I completed with the Kiswahili paper, of which most of the questions that were shared were concentrated on Lengeli.
And the things you had already done some warm-up about.
Yes. So the goodness, pronunciation of the Ngeli is the only thing I found to be different. But when I'm told to rewrite a sentence in plural,
it was the same.
Then I was using the past Ngeli, but the wordings remained the same.
Yeah, right.
I automatically passed. Hey.
Who told you passed? When do you know you have passed?
Hey.
After the interview, what happened?
I passed because at the end of the day, the results were out.
So before you went back to your bro,
yes,
the results were already out?
The results were out.
How many people sat for this interview?
We were about 40.
Right.
And I appeared in the top 10, number 5.
You were number 5?
Number 5.
But in this interview, you were interacting with people that are just young people that are...
They're younger than me. Everyone was younger.
Much younger.
And even the teacher who was interviewing us was younger than me. So with me, I told myself down.
Yes.
I did not want to show that I'm a grown-up.
Yeah, you were older than him.
Yes. So I gave him the due respect because he's a teacher.
Yeah, sure.
I'm also back to school.
Right.
So I was just very comfortable with the interview.
So the interviews are over?
Yes. So when we were given the results, those whom passed were taken to the office.
So how many passed?
We were around 25.
25?
Around 25.
15 were dropped?
Yeah, 15 were dropped. So we were given the calling letters.
Yes.
Such that we report back to classwork the next week.
Which school is this?
This school is a Catholic maintained school known as St. Dislos Nyawango in Mawego.
Is around Mawego?
Around Mawego.
All right.
Yes.
Okay, now you are moving back from school to after the interview.
Yes.
What happens?
After the interview, I was given that calling letter. Some pocket money I was also given.
By who?
By my brother when I was going to attend the interview.
All right.
But because I knew the situation at home, that I left the wife and the children at home,
yes,
I kept it in my pocket, calculating ways of sending it back to her to at least support her in some areas.
Yeah, sure.
Yes. Luckily enough, before I reached my brother's house, I met a villager.
Yes.
Who was also from a trip somewhere coming back home.
Right.
I handed over the money to him to take to the wife. To the wife.
All right.
Yes. So I just went footing up to my brother's house. So the distance was not short.
So in this case, you decided to use the money that was supposed to be your fare.
Yes.
To sort a few things back to your wife.
Back to my wife.
And
I started from there.
Trek.
I trekked.
How many kilometers?
Around 10 to 15. Between 10 to 15 kilometers.
Goodness. But you have your calling letter.
The calling letter I had in my hands.
People at home had sorted.
Yes.
There is food.
Yes.
Okay.
So, the goodness, I reached my brother's house when it is already dark.
Right.
In the evening at around 7:30 to 8 there.
So he could not realize you trekked?
Yes. because I came with the calling letter.
Yes, yes.
The first person to receive me at the door is his wife.
All right.
Showing me with the calling letters, he was very happy about that. Picked it and went to the husband, who is my brother.
Yes, yes.
They started discussing. See, I told you, of which, by the time they were, before I was informed to go back to school, they had already discussed about me. So it is at that point when I'm starting picking that, see, I told you.
Yeah, this thing had been discussed.
Yes, I told you.
Nilikwambia huyu kijana atapita.
Yes, I told you that he is going to pass.
Yes.
And now here is the calling letter. Hey, thank you so much.
So they appreciate you.
They appreciated that.
All right.
Then I was given food. I went to sleep. Very early in the morning, the next day, my brother came and woke me up, took me to the fundi, the technician. Then the fundi worked on me, took my measurements, showing of the school uniforms, for the uniforms.
All right.
After that, we went with him to the shop. We bought a what? Do we call a box? We bought a box.
All right.
We bought books, blanket, everything. I'm starting afresh.
Journey to school.
Journey to school. The next day, now that the second day, we went back and picked them up. The third day, I was on vehicle going back to school.
Get to school.
Yes. On reaching there, another challenging area, the school was totally day school.
It was a day school.
A day school.
You don't have a relative around?
No relative around. So it forced me to look for a rental house around the school.
So you have to rent around the school
around the school. So I operate from my house to school. Everything to be done with me. I wash the clothes, I cook my food.
Another parenting job.
Yes, which is very tiresome.
You are not used to washing your clothes because you already has somebody that
because I had a wife. You know, somebody who is having a wife is a complete man. But when something can happen all of a sudden, taking you back to be single, then it is a lot, very hard, very hard. It needs a lot of perseverance.
So school is taking you back to a single life?
Yes.
Take me through.
Yes. I accepted it. I did that. I underwent that system, that new system. Then.
Now, were you the only person that was renting a house around that place?
No, many students were renting houses around there. Yes, not only me.
Why? But why this school?
The school was a Catholic maintained school. The school was young, so it was
sponsored.
Catholic sponsored.
All right.
Yes, so it was at that time when now the school is picking up.
Catching out right.
Yes. So things were to be, the parents of the students were to support some school requirements.
School fee, all right.
Yes.
All right.
So I went there for a period of one year. Then the second year, I changed the school to become a fully boarding school.
All right.
That is at Kanyamfua, still within Homa Bay.
Also,
County.
you transferred from that school?
Yes, to another school.
So you only did
1 year from two.
Form 2.
Yes.
Now tell me about your journey in your Form 2. You have classmates that you are maybe 13 years older.
In most of the students whom we were with,
yes,
I was older than everybody.
You were older than everybody?
Yes. I was older than everybody.
And how about the teachers?
The teachers, most of them.
You were older than them?
I was older than them.
And did they know that you were older than them, the teachers?
Yeah, the circumstance forced me to let them know.
You to tell them, right?
Because you know the treatment of the teachers with the students.
Come here, lie down.
Yes, something like that. It forced me to tell them the truth.
That I cannot lie down.
That not rudely.
Yes.
But I went, I approached them amicably.
Yes.
We talked, and then I explained it to them. I'm back to school.
I'm sorry, Mwalimu, I'm older than you.
Yes.
Take me slowly.
Yes.
I've come here for education.
I know why I'm here. I know why I'm here.
I'll not wrong you.
Yes.
All
So from that point, that word from my mouth shocked them.
All right.
Because from the look of my face, they were seeing me at older than most of the students there,
Right.
and even some of the teachers.
Sure.
So that made them understand me.
So what about the students? What about you? Because it's break time, people have to go and play football. It's games time. People are joking around.
You know, when it comes to co-curriculum activities such as football or these games, I was trying to exempt myself by accepting to at least carry out manual work at that time, because those who are not participating in any curriculum activity,
you do manual work.
You do manual work. I accepted that because running around the field, my age could not allow. Kicking the ball, my age could not allow.
How old are you this time? That time?
At that time,
you are joining from 2 at what age?
At
what
that
age?
time, I was in my early 30s.
Early 30s.
Early 30s.
And your students
Yes.
are
Teens,
16.
Teens.
Yes, they are 15.
Yeah, the oldest was around 16, 17. But I'm in my 30s.
So you were like double.
Yes.
16 years older than them.
Older than them. And you know, with them also, because they were not understanding me, they were looking at me as an old person.
Yes.
So some of them were down looking upon me.
They would mock you.
Yeah, they mock me. But with me, I did not care.
What is the worst experience you got that year?
The worst experience I experienced in that year was the treatment of some teachers. Yes. You know, people are not equal the same.
Sure.
Some teachers, because they're seeing that difference in age, they are trying to express their power so much on you.
All right.
That is the major challenging area I experienced.
Yes.
And even some of the students, they are also boastful. They think that you are an academic dwarf sort of. That is why you are sharing a class with them. But the only difference they could see is when we do an exam, then they see my position.
You you beat them hands down.
Yes. That was my happiness.
Okay, so you transfer from this school to another school.
Kanyamfua, another school, yes.
What was the reason for transferring?
Because that school, I liked physics.
Yes.
But in that school, they were not having equipment for physics.
All right.
The lab, the practical equipments.
All right.
So this made us to make arrangements to transfer to another school where I could do physics.
So you transferred to another. So when did you do? Take me through this other school that you went to and until when you did your.
I joined Kanyamfua 2006.
Right.
That is Form 3. Then 2007, I sat my KCSE in that school.
What was the experience in your new school? This is a new environment. People are younger.
What I was experiencing was just the same as the
There was
previous
nothing
school.
much different.
Yes. Mistreatment.
Discrimination,
things like that. That is the only major challenging area. But what I can say, if you have the passion, then you forget many things. You take yourself, toe down yourself, learn to shoot wherever age where you are.
I get you.
Yes.
It's a difficult situation, but I'm
Yes.
trying to put myself in your shoes.
Yes.
It's a difficult one.
Very difficult.
Now tell me, in your 4 years back to high school, how is the family faring on? When do you get time to go see the family?
Yes. In my second school, now because in that second school was a bit close to home, I used to, every weekend, I have to go home.
You told them that
I have to go home because
you have to.
I'm a family man.
Yes,
I have
yes.
to look at the affairs of my family.
Yes.
Yes, of which some teachers were not understanding. Those underage
The
teachers,
young ones,
the young ones,
yes.
they were not understanding me. But I insisted until I was ordained permission by the principal of the school.
Had to see your family once a week.
Yes. Every weekend, Fridays, I do come home. Every Friday I do come home.
Tell me, how did your wife receive this information about going back to school? What was the experience for the 4 years for her?
With her, she only asked me about how are we going to survive back here. Yes, that is the only question she asked me.
Because you are the main breadwinner.
Yes. I told her, God is with you.
I'm no longer going to provide. It's
Yes,
God that's going to provide here.
God is with you. And inwardly I knew that my brother will also chip in some way or the other. So I knew, but I did not want to say.
All right.
Yes.
So your brother supported the family.
He was also supporting the family, but because I didn't want to take the whole of my burden,
responsibility. Yeah.
yes, to him, I was also playing my cards. When I come home, I can split firewood. I leave them there. I can also dig a land for vegetables.
All right.
Things like
farming.
that. Some sort of farming. Within those 2 days that I'm home.
All right.
I'm at home. Then I leave her to instruct her to continue doing it 1, 2, 3.
So when did you complete your Form 4?
I completed my Form 4 in 2007.
Yes.
Yes.
When the results are back.
Yes. So when the results are back, I was with the grade of C minus. Yes.
Did you like your grade?
The grade, I liked it because it was never there.
It was never there.
But now I have something. Yes. I have something to start from.
It's amazing.
Yes.
It's a big deal.
Yes.
You see, it's 12 years later.
Yes.
You could still manage to get a C minus.
C minus.
So after receiving your results.
So after receiving my results, when I came back home, surprisingly, I happened to see somebody coming to my home, a pupil from a primary school.
Sure.
That he has been sent by the head teacher to come and call me to go and see him.
All right.
I asked
a local primary school.
All right. I asked him about what was the agenda. What could be the agenda of calling me? That I don't know, but I think we were having a helper, a teacher helper.
Yes.
But we heard that he had somewhere he's going.
So there is crisis.
Yes. So the committee sat down and discussed, but they landed on you. That is what the rumors I'm getting.
Yes.
So I said, okay, I'm coming. I went. So when I went, they asked me my subject areas. I told them. Then they told me that is the very person, the very person they wanted.
So they were able to employ you for that.
So they employed me in 2008
to be one of their staff.
I started from.
But what did you aspire to do when you went back to school? What did you want to become?
I was having three options.
Yes.
One, I wanted to be a teacher.
Right.
Because in our family, most of us are teachers.
Right.
You know, interest of the home, I may talk of something.
Yes, it's the interest of the home.
Of the home, we are teachers. So I liked teaching.
Yes.
That is one of my priorities.
Yes.
Another one is I wanted to be a doctor.
All right.
Or a nursing, something like
right.
that. Or a veterinarian.
All right.
Yes. But thirdly, I wanted to be a businessman.
All right.
So when I was taking the subjects in school, I was taking subjects that can take me towards those courses.
All right.
Yes.
Now you become a teacher.
Yes.
Where are your children?
My children insisted, Dad, wherever you are teaching is where we are going.